Hello, beautiful light beings. So the message that my team wanted me to share with you today was regarding the mass awakening. So as you may be aware of or not, there has been a mass awakening of light beings and also humans in the last little bit. It's becoming more accelerated, and there is becoming more beings that are awakening and stepping into their true power and realizing that there is more to life and more to the universe than we have been shown or taught. And this is something that I feel and my team has shared with me that has never been done in the physical realm before. It's always been done in the spiritual. So typically once we're in the spirit form is when the body and the mind, the body you want to call it, will ascend and, reach those higher levels of consciousness and become more awake and more aware of what's going on. So this is the first time, in the universe, that we in the physical have done this massive awakening and have had this massive ascension. So it is quite a bit of a process, because as we're ascending and as we're becoming awake and aware and tapping into and tuning into our powers, we also have to navigate all the 3D stuff, right? We still have to navigate our emotions, we still have to navigate whatever triggers coming up, whatever traumas we have, whatever we're dealing with in our 3D, right? Because that just doesn't magically go away. So it is a bit of a process. So it's a learning curve for everybody. So everybody is learning how to ascend and how to increase your vibration and increase your consciousness. And at the same time, you're still having to navigate life, right? Because, some of us are parents, and we have kids, and we have jobs, and we have family, and we have all this stuff, right? And when you're in the spirit realm, you don't really deal with any of that, right? So that's all kind of left behind. So this is a whole new process for everyone, right? So that's why I'm always saying to be gentle on yourself, to give yourself grace, to give yourself ease, because it's a new thing that every single one of us is learning and every single one of us is navigating through. And it's not easy, let me tell you. It's not easy, but it also doesn't need to be super hard, right? It should be, joyous. It should be amazing. It should be full of love. It should be exactly what it needs to be for you, right? And if you're raising your vibration, and your consciousness, and you're, reaching up to source, love, unconditional energy, and you're coming from a place of love, and you have your heart space open to love, that's what you should be resonating at, and that is the feeling that you should be at. And we are also learning how to connect to our higher selves, learning how to connect to our astral team. And again, in the spiritual, you already have that immediate connection, right? As soon as you cross over, you're like, okay, hey, and everything just makes sense, and you have that connection, and you can see the bigger picture. But while we're down here on Earth in this 3D plane, we lose that connection, right? The veil has been dropped, and we lose that touch with that connection, and it's kind of a process for us to get that back, right? What I like to call the great remembering. You start remembering things, you start having that deja vu feeling, wait a minute, I've done this before, I've been here before. You have the synchronicities, you have, the universe giving you little teeny tiny nudges. But sometimes when you're so consumed with the 3D reality that you live in, you don't really notice these things. You don't really pay attention to them. And as we become more aware of, the bigger picture, and we become more aware that we are all one, that every single one of us is connected, Mother Nature, humans, light beings, source, we're all a one. Once you start realizing that, everything starts to make sense, and you start seeing, the connection, and you start understanding, hey, this is not just this, there's more to that. And so again, be gentle on yourself, be kind. We're all learning, and it's different for every one of us, right? We are all different people, we're all different humans, we're all completely unique. And I keep saying it, and I'll say it again, be an investigator in your own life and figure out what works for you. And you might have to try it a couple times, I know I have, until you find something that actually works. And I hope that helps you on some level. And I really do hope you have a magical day. Wishing you loads of love and light.